All right. So, welcome to Reiki and Meditation Circle. Thank you for joining me. Oh, well, I think I know where all of you are from, but maybe just for to have fun, like can you type in where you're from so that I see how many states we got? I know we have, Jackson Heights or New York. That's like the biggest area that I think many of you are from, but then I know that we have people from all over the place. So yes, New York City. Oh, Manahakwin. Sorry, I can't say that word, but I know where that is. Asheville. Oh, right. You're in North Carolina, right? And Astoria and Queens. Okay, so lots of people from Queens. Awesome, awesome. Okay, and I'm just letting someone else in. And Brooklyn. Awesome. Okay. So today's theme is let's have fun creating your vision for 2021. Who's ready for that?
Yay!
Yay! Okay, good. Yes, yes, yes. I could use your energy. Okay. So if you haven't released the energy from 2020, um, I highly recommend that you watch my previous event that I did on December 30th about releasing all the energy to create space for 2021. It's on my YouTube channel. So I will email you the link after the event with the recording for this one. And who was there? I think Colleen was there, right? Okay, awesome. Yeah, and there's quite a few people who watched it since then, and some of them actually went back and watched over and over. So if you feel like, today is the area where we're gonna create, and if you feel like, oh, I'm not feeling so well, or like, oh, the trauma from 2020 is coming back, or whatever, like if you have that kind of like stagnant energy, then I highly recommend you watch that one first and then come back to this one. So that way it's like, you don't move into a new home without cleaning the garbage and swiping the floor, right? So you could do both. And that would be what my recommendation is. So who do I have? Okay, so let's see, who have I met in person? Raise your hand. Awesome, awesome. Okay, good. And then who um who have I met virtually in the past? Great, great, great. Okay. And then who this is your first time? Anyone in here this is first time? Awesome. Good. And I even spoke to you. So okay, so most of you know me somewhat. Okay, good, good. And who in here knows what Reiki is? Okay, so most of you. Okay, awesome. And who here is the Reiki 1 practitioner here? Some of my students are here. Awesome. And Reiki 2 practitioner and Reiki master here. Okay. And who is the brave soul? This is your first Reiki anything. Raise your hand. Okay, awesome. Great. Welcome everyone. Okay, so the plan is I will introduce myself for those of you who doesn't know me so much. And then also I'll talk a little bit about what Reiki is, and then I'll go into the guided meditation. So I would ask you to have your journal or notebook so you can take notes or a journal after the meditation. So if you don't have them, now is your chance to run over as I talk about how this is gonna go. Let me let people in. Okay, and then we will go into group Reiju. So Reiju is a spiritual blessing. There is no religious associations. So we end with that on a high note. So the main content is about 60 to 75 minutes. And I put in 90 minutes for everything because maybe some of you wanna stay and chat with me or maybe have some questions after the main content. So hold on one second. Oh, Alex, your camera doesn't work. That's okay. I hope you can still hear me. Too bad I can't see your face, but it will be okay. Okay. So let's start. So my name is Michelle Shinagawa, and I'm originally from Japan. and I live in New York City. I've been in New York for about 20 years. So I'm more New Yorker than Japanese. And I am a Reiki master, relationship coach, neuro movement practitioner, chakra therapist, aromatherapist, spiritual counselor, and commerce-based life organizer, and many other things. So that's it. Let's get all the stuff out of the way. And I came across 2001. I came across Reiki in 2001, and it changed my life. I used to be really shy, and I was worried all the time, and I lived my life very small, based on like society's expectation of what I should do, and not from my desire, because I didn't have enough courage to step out of my comfort zone. And because of Reiki, I was able to connect to myself and my true desire, and and a courage to live life that I desire. So I custom designed my life for myself. So because of that, I can honestly say that 2020 was the best year of my life, despite of all the special circumstances that was going on that everyone is aware of. And I used to travel 1/3 of the year. So you can imagine how 180 my life turned. And I realized it's not what I do, but it's how I live my life. That's what makes the difference. So instead of traveling, I connected to people around the world on Zoom. And, I don't know what 2021 is going to bring. There may be more surprises, but it doesn't matter what kind of surprise that may happen, as long as you're connected to yourself and you have the courage to be able to take actions that's based with your value that will bring your joy. So I'm planning on having 2021 be the best year of my life. Every year is the best year of my life. But what fun is it if I'm the only one who's enjoying the best year of my life? I wanted everyone to have the best year of your life in 2021, no matter what the circumstances is. So that's why I am doing this free event, because I wanted to take everyone with me. So just curious, is I know this may not be the popular opinion, but I do hear it from some of my Reiki students, like 2020 was the best year of your life. I'm just curious, like if there's anyone here that felt that way. Ah, awesome, awesome. Okay, good. Okay, and I know it's not a very popular opinion, so I totally understand if you don't feel that way. But who wants to make 2021 best year of your life here? Anyone? Okay, good. That's why you're here, right? All right. So let's talk about what Reiki is. So Reiki is a spiritual life force energy that surrounds us. So what it does is it amplifies body's natural ability to heal. So it helps up the immune system, give you a sense of relaxation while you're feeling energized at the same time. So it's really great. I know that many of you are Reiki practitioners, and it's great that you had that tool during the pandemic, because you can take care of yourself to up your immune system, right? You can relax. And then even you can, I know that some of you are talking about like, oh yes, and I've been giving Reiki session to people that I live with, because that helps you have connections as well as helping them with their immune system. So first time I received the Reiki session, I was just shocked and amazed, because I love massage and I get that all the time. But often when I get massage, like I'm just like, oh, I don't want to go anywhere. Do I really need to get off this massage table? And as I'm going home, I'm just like, feeling like kind of like dragging myself, right? Like I'm feeling really relaxed, but sometimes too relaxed. But when I got off of the massage table from the Reiki practitioner, I felt really relaxed and energized at the same time. And those of you who receive Reiki, you know what I'm talking about, right? You feel so relaxed, and maybe you even feel so light because maybe you released a lot of stuff, and then also energized at the same time. So that's what I love about Reiki. And what's good now is that I was just chatting with some of the people. All the Reiki sessions are virtual. So you're comfortable at your own home, and you can just roll over to go to bed as soon as you're done. Although you could have so much energy that you may start doing the housework instead. But it's just Reiki energy transcend time and space. So that's why, some people wonder like, oh, really? You can do Reiki session virtually? How does it work? And it works because the one of the things that you learn in Reiki 2, and those of you who are in Reiki 2 or Reiki masters, you know how it works. We do long distance healing. So with a long distance healing session, it actually works. And most of the people who are sensitive to energy, you would feel the energy on your body. So at the end of today, we'll be doing spiritual blessing. And for those of you who's sensitive enough to be able to feel, you can feel what it's like to, this is not a full Reiki session, but this will be a quick spiritual blessing, but you'll be able to feel what Reiki energy feels like, or when someone is sending you Reiki energy. So it also works well just to, realign your energy or chakra. And many of my Reiki students find themselves in an amazing new career or lovely new home or wonderful new relationship guided by Reiki journey. Or they may still have the same career, relationship, or home, but newfound passion and appreciation. So I was running Reiki Master Program in 2020, and they were the happiest people that I see during pandemic, right? I went to many, many Zoom events, and especially back in like March and April, many people, even some of my spiritual teacher, they were kind of like, oh, what's happening? But whenever I have my class, all my Reiki master students, they were like, oh, peppy, and like counting the gift, and were able to stay on their mission. Many of them are self-employed, and they were able to pivot and shift so that they can serve their life purpose. Oh, and one more thing is, for those of you who's new, Reiki is widely accepted in the hospitals too. Many of the US hospitals, they actually offer Reiki service as well. And I don't work for a hospital, but I often get commissioned to go to the hospital by, their relatives, often like the daughter. So I've worked with someone who came out of ICU or just came out of surgery, and it helps the body, and they can tell the difference of when they received the energy and when they didn't. So I also worked with people who were going through chemotherapy, and that's like, when you're not feeling well, then that's when you can feel the big difference, right? Because every day you're kind of like dragging your energy or dragging yourself, and then all of a sudden you get the whiff of energy and you feel really well. And normally I'll say it lasts about a week or so. And someone who I used to work with, who was going through chemotherapy, she said that it didn't matter what cycle of chemotherapy she was at, she felt good a week at a time. So I would say generally the energy lasts about 5 to 7 days. So it's not just while you're on the Reiki table, while you're laying there, while you're receiving the energy, it's working, but it will also continue to work. So today too, you'll be receiving Reiju, the spiritual blessing, and that will keep working on it too. So it's not like the full Reiki session where you would may be able to feel like a huge difference for a whole 5 to 7 days, but you may be able to feel the difference after, like, tomorrow or day after too. So let's see. So do you have any question about Reiki so far? Anything here? And let me just go to the chat and catch up with the chat. Sorry, I often can't talk and read at the same time, so sorry, I'm not ignoring you. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's okay. You guys, if your camera doesn't work, too bad we can't see your face, but thank you for joining us. All right, so let's go on to the meditation. Let's see. So when we do this meditation, I wanted you to have this image. So I'm gonna share a screen. Okay. Oh, and you're welcome. Okay. Oh, sorry. I see a question. Let me answer the question first before I share. Is your experience is Reiki as effect from distance as it is Yes, yes. I noticed that so like I said, I switched over to the long distance healing or virtual sessions. It does work as much as the in-person session. The only thing is some people do crave the touch, right? Like right now, especially because you're isolated. So that's the only thing you do not get. But even when you come for in-person Reiki session, some of the schools, my school, most of the areas I would ask people to place their hands, but some of the school they only do Reiki session hovering up. So so some of the school they never touched anyway. So it does work. I would say it does work as well. And one of the great thing is that they get to be at home, so they could be in some way more relaxed, because sometimes the New York City subway or traffic or parking situation could be stressful. So trying to get to, my place, and, trying to like run and have the subway not working and, come a little stressed. When you're at home, it's much easier. Well, hopefully, I've noticed that some of my clients who has a little kid, sometimes they barge into the session room while like we're going into the deep state. So that's so now I ask them to like make sure that the door is locked, or the kids are like being taken care of somewhere. But aside from that, it does work as well as in person. So, and thank you, Kevin. So I hope that clarifies your question. Does anyone else any other? Okay, great, it's clear. Great. Okay, so I want to share this image in preparation for your meditation. So this is the image that I use for this particular event. You guys see the image? Yes? Okay. Sometimes I think I'm showing the image and it's not there, so that's why I have to check. Okay. So just imagine that, and those of you who were here before onto the other meditation, you remember this. So what I want you to get is that you are bigger than any problem that you may face in coming year. So and you are the only one who can turn that whatever happens to you as a gift, even if it's a problem in the beginning. So I want you to picture yourself here. You can probably tell that's me. For those of you who know me, I wear mostly, today I'm not wearing purple, but most of the time I'm wearing purple. So I'm a purple lady. So that's me. Can you just put yourself in there with your favorite color, right? Just replace me and feel big, bigger than any problem that life may throw at you or 2021 throw at you. And also having fun with it. So maybe this in the picture is my best friend, but just picture maybe this is your problem that 2021 may bring you, and you can have fun with it, right? Or maybe as you're playing fun with it, this becomes the biggest gift. It's all up to you. And maybe this is the negative energy, or the draining energy, or however you call it. Or maybe this is your favorite energy. So you can all decide. But what I want you to get is you can see in here, you are in charge. You're in charge. You, whatever life throws at you or 2021 throws at you, right? Some may be good, some may be bad. And even, whether we're in pandemic or not, things happens. In that moment, how will you position yourself? Are you going to be small and feel like they're going to run you over? Or are you going to be big and you can just have fun with it? So this is the image that I want you to remember as we do the meditation. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. Is that clear for you guys? Yes? Okay, good. Let's see. It's very hard to hear. You guys having a hard time hearing me? No, I think for those of you who are having video problem, maybe. Okay, hold on one second. So Alex, yeah, I think you have the video problem, right? Maybe the whole computer thing. And Gladys, you have problem with it? Let's see. Might be my connection. Yeah, I'm sorry. I will have this recorded. So if you do miss any part of it, you'll be able to come back to that. So hopefully I'll talk a little bit louder, but when we do meditation, if I'm screaming, that may not be too relaxing. So but if any of you do have a hard time hearing me, let me know and I will adjust my volume somewhat. So thank you for letting me know. All right. So now, are you ready for the meditation of creating the best year of 2021? Are we? Sorry, I have to hear some sort of yes, thank you for those of you. Okay, maybe can we get the yes, or I need something. Are you really gonna create it? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, good. Okay, then you got your journal right in front of you because I want to make sure that you'll be able to jot it down when we're done. Awesome, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to sit comfortably and close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in, connect to yourself, and breathe out. Breathing in again, connect to yourself, and breathing out. So now I want you to imagine if 2021 is the best year of your life, what would it be like? How are you spending your time? So, can you visualize what you're doing in the best year of your life? And who would you be surrounding yourself with? And as you are visualizing yourself in 2021, I want you to picture yourself being bigger energetically, getting bigger and bigger and bigger so that you can handle anything that comes your way and having fun with it. Maybe you can picture yourself laughing, being playful, maybe you're dancing, listening to some music as you're doing whatever it is that you're doing in the best year of your life. Or maybe there may be a problem that came your way and then you just turn it around and it became the biggest gift. And anytime anything happens, it's up to you. So when things happen that you don't really like, you can tune into yourself and see how you can turn it around as a gift. And you can have fun doing it. Maybe when things come your way, in the first instance, you're like, oh no, not again. Oh no, why me? But then you just take a nice deep breath in. And then remember, this is the best year of your life. So how are you going to make it best year of your life? How are you going to turn it? So as you're picturing your best year of 2021, let's fast forward to the end of this year, December 31st, 2021. You are at your favorite location with your favorite person or people or your animal companions, and you're celebrating the fact that you had the best year of your life. So just picture yourself in your favorite clothes with your favorite location. Or maybe this is a place you always wanted to go. And you decided, you know what, this is a year I'm going to celebrate with this style. So put yourself there. And you're hearing all these cheers, and you're hearing yourself talk about how amazing, how this was the best year of your life. And with the person you're speaking to, or the people you're speaking to, or it could be your animal companion that you're just chatting with, how that was the best year of your life. So now you're looking back. You're looking back the holiday season of 2021 and how you celebrated it and how much fun it was. How it was the best holiday ever of your life. And maybe you can imagine why that was, or how it was, who was with you, and what kind of feeling you are feeling during your holiday. And now you're looking back to Thanksgiving 2021. How was that for you? How would you create your best Thanksgiving in 2021? And don't worry about, oh, that's not normally how it is. If you had it all your way, what would it be? And now you're going to Labor Day weekend. What are you doing if it was your best year of your life? Who are you with? What are you feeling? So just bring in the feeling that you want to feel. And now the July 4th weekend. How are you celebrating, or how are you spending your July 4th weekend? Where are you? Who are you with? And what feeling are you feeling? And know that you get to create it, right? So don't worry about how you normally do things, or who's going to be worried if you're not there, or who's going to be pissed if you don't show up at whatever you normally do. What would it be if you make it exactly the way you want it for your best year of your life? And now we're back to the Memorial Day weekend. How are you celebrating Memorial Day weekend? Who are you with? What are you doing? And what kind of feeling are you feeling if it was the best year of your life? And now we're on to the Valentine's Day weekend. And I know not everyone celebrates Valentine's Day weekend, but if you do, how would you celebrate it? I mean, you could be single and on your own and celebrate it to celebrate yourself. Or you could be with your romantic partner and celebrate it. Or you could celebrate it with your whole family. So if you had it all your way, what kind of feeling would you want to have? So now we're back fast forwarding to December 31st again, 2021. And you're just talking about all the ways you celebrated your year, all the ways you spend your year, and what kind of feeling you spend your life with this whole year. So, what have you accomplished if this was best year of your life? What have you done? And if your thought was traveling around the world, don't just turn down thinking like, oh, well, there's still pandemic, I won't be able to travel. If that's what you want to do, maybe you can travel around the world with Zoom and meet all these people around the world. There's many ways to accomplish things that you want to do. So be flexible, but know what your desire is. What kind of feeling do you want to feel? How do you want to spend 2021 feeling? Do you want to feel the sense of freedom, transformation, maybe happiness, or maybe love or beauty, or maybe the feeling of passion, or maybe adventure, or it could be peace or creativity? And what are you proud of? What are you proud of that you've done in 2021? It may not be the physical thing that you accomplished. It may be that you spent 2021 immersed in the feeling of love and passion. It may be that you're proud of spending time with your loved ones. So now what I would like you to do is I want you to slowly open your eyes, but not so big or not so wide, right? Not yet. When I give you a cue, I would like you to just gently open your eyes a little bit so that way you can reach over to your journal and start writing down all these things that you saw. But maybe you don't need to look at the Zoom screen. I want you to stay within your bubble and write down all the things that came up for you. So please take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes and go to your journal and write down all the things that came up for you. So I'll give you a few minutes. And I'll say some of the things the prompt that I said while we did the meditation. So that way, maybe that will help you remember some of the things. So, what have you done? What have you accomplished? What kind of feeling have you felt? And what are you proud of? So keep jotting down. And like I said before, If your desire is to travel around, then write it down and you figure out how you're able to travel around the world. You don't physically have to travel around the world. Maybe what you want is a connection with the people around the world. Or maybe what you want is a sense of the adventure. So you can figure out, you don't need to give up just because a circumstance is not allowing you to travel right now. You can just see what you can do or what you're looking for and put it in there. And luckily, this world, there's so many technologies that could help you accomplish. So if you're done journaling, put it on the chat. What are some of the things? Especially I want to hear what kind of feeling you want to feel. But what are some of the things that it came up for you in your meditation? I would love to know. Let's see. I saw myself showing a hidden part of my being in celebration and acceptance on July 4th. Oh, that's beautiful. Safe and joy and creativity. Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's a great feeling to have. Great. And I know it takes a while to type. So strengthening relationship around me. Yes. And it's such a perfect time to do it because for most of us, we can't really go to many places. So you get to spend time with people around us. Let's see, filled with gratitude for healthy family time and closeness. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Like I said, it's really perfect time to spend more time with people around you and get closer. Feeling abundant, living in bliss and purpose. Oh, very good. Yes. And this is a really great year to feel abundant. There's so much. And there's many way to feel abundant too. I feel like when you can stop, that's what I felt in 2020 because I was running around so much that I often kind of just like gliding on the surface. But when I sat down and actually was able to see and feel everything, I felt more abundant than when I was like running around all over the place. I mean, running around all over the place was fun too, but being able to feel abundant in one place. I mean, I have not left New York City. I've been in this particular spot forever and ever and ever since March, and I feel abundant. So awesome. And let's see, happiness, joy, inner peace. Wonderful. Great. So this is my recommendation to you. I would, and like whatever journal is, I don't know if you can take the page out or if you can rewrite it somewhere, but if you can have it at a place where you can look at it every morning so that you know what your theme is, what you're up to for 2021. And I will put the feeling on top. So you want to have the feeling on top because I want you to be able to feel that feeling. So I want you to have that to be the most prominent thing. And if you have an altar, I'll put it over there. And every morning, I don't know how much you wrote, but it probably will only take you maybe a minute or so to glance over and see what you wrote. And you can add or subtract because throughout the year, things will change. So, and you can allow yourself to have whatever it is that you wrote down. And remember to dream big. And if you can only allow yourself to have what you what you let yourself to have, if that makes sense to you. So even if someone is offering you something, if you don't have a capacity to receive them, then you let it go. So I'm sure all of you let go of some big, amazing opportunities because you weren't ready for it. So what you're doing with this journal is, and I'm hoping some of them are like such a huge dream, you think it's impossible it's gonna happen. I hope you have something like that. And when you're dreaming that big, then universe will bring all these things to you that you're ready for. So my recommendation is dream big without expectation or entitlement. Just because you wrote it down, that may not happen, but it could, right? So dream big with a sense of joy, a wonder, or playfulness, and tell people around you who are supportive. I don't really recommend talking to people who are like, hey, that's not gonna happen. But there's other people around you who will be happy to listen to your life of 2021, and you can invite them to do the same. I mean, this is going to be on YouTube, so you can just tell them like, oh, go watch this and do it with me, so that way you can share it with them and know that it's one step at a time, right? So you may have something really big in there, you don't know if it will ever gonna happen, but all you have to do is take one step at a time. And so that will be your map for 2021. When you're wondering, what am I going to do next? Then you come over here, you take a look at it. When you know which direction to go, it's much easier. If you don't know if you're going to go to, like, let's say you're in New York, and if you don't know if you're going to go to San Francisco or Florida, right? You're just gonna get lost. But if you knew where you want to be is San Francisco, then you can take one step at a time to get to San Francisco. So I put it on the Facebook, so some of you might have seen it, and I mentioned it before we started. But like, one of the amazing things that happened to me last year is that I'm originally from Japan, but I've been in the States for almost 30 years, and I was not really connected to my roots. So I always wanted to maybe one day teach in Japanese, but I never felt like my language wasn't good enough. And, I didn't like, I'm not connected, so I don't know where to do that kind of stuff. And last year, starting uh, summer, I think starting July, I did, or I hosted 30 events in Japanese, and I taught them in Japanese. I'm just so proud of it because I started first class. I started was like, okay, so I haven't been speaking Japanese so much, so I'll probably trip over, or some of the vocabularies I don't know, so I may need to ask you to help me with the vocabulary. But I did it and one step at a time, and now I don't need to say those things. Right in the beginning, I had to make a big deal about like I really don't speak Japanese or whatever, and now by 30th event, it's like, oh yeah, I've been in a foreign country a little bit long, so sometimes I trip over, and then I can just go. And so between the live events and the YouTube archive, YouTube recording that people have seen, um there's about 1,500 views. I don't know how you count them, like the live and the YouTube, but yeah, there's about 1,500 views, and I was so proud of the fact that I'm able to do something that I thought maybe that will happen in 5 years if I work really hard. And that's what I thought, like in June when I decided, oh, okay, let me see if I can polish up my Japanese. So if anyone had told me that's what was going to happen, I would have said, no way, that's not going to happen. But I took one step at a time. I knew which direction I wanted to go, and I took one step at a time. So if you have taken Reiki 2, for those of you who I know who you're Reiki 2 or Reiki Master, then you can do a long distance Reiki for your goals. So I recommend that you do that for your notebook or your goals, what you wrote down for the next 3 days. And more vivid you can visualize or feel or hear, more you can manifest it. So like I said, I'll put this video on YouTube channel. So if you want to do it again, or if you want to share with people that are dear to you, that you want to share this experience so that you can actually manifest the best year of your life together, feel free to do that. And if you want to release your negative belief so that you can dream big, then please go watch the other one that I did about releasing it. So you can create more space, right? If you have some garbage laying around, maybe there won't be as much space. So in order to clear those garbage, you can watch the other YouTube video to be able to clear it. Or I'm also available for a private virtual session as well. And if you want to start your Reiki journey to learn how to give Reiki session to yourself or others, or do meditation like this, I'm planning on doing virtual Reiki one sometime in March. So reach out to me and let me know what date works for you. So now what I would like to do, unless you have any questions, I'm just looking at the chat to see if there's any questions, is I want to move on to the spiritual blessing portion of the event. And I want you to pick one of the feeling that you want to carry throughout 2021. So if you can only have one feeling for the whole year, what would it be? What would you like it to be? Not what you think it's going to be, but if you had it all your way, what is that? So some of you wrote down some of the feelings in here. Can you pick one and can you put it in the chat? And then also put it in your notebook too. And don't think too hard. Just tune into yourself and decide, you know what? This is how I'm going to live my life for 2021. This is what I am going to be feeling. Joy. Great. Awesome. Purpose. Great. Anyone else? Anyone else? Still thinking, still typing. Inner peace. Awesome. Safety. Great. And peace. Okay. And joy. Good. Very good. So I want you to hold that feeling while you're receiving Reiju, while you're receiving your spiritual blessing. So for those of you who never had a spiritual blessing done, all you need to do is just be open to receive whatever you're ready to receive. So Reiki is not invasive. It will only work to a point you allow it to be. And just like when I talked about dream big, let as much of Reiju come to you. Receive as much of spiritual blessing as you can. More the better is what I think. But it's up to you. So, oh wait, I see that piece too. Okay, good. So you all have one dominant feeling that you want to carry yourself with. Yes? So I want you to have that in your mind as I do the spiritual blessing. And I'm going to turn on the music. So give me a second. And so you can just get into a comfortable position. And let me just, sorry, I should have had my music ready. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn on the music. And let's see if you can hear it. Can you guys hear the music okay? Okay. All right, so close your eyes. Ah, okay, you're changing yours to gratitude. Awesome. Okay, so close your eyes and feel the feeling that you have chosen and fill your heart with that feeling and keep feeling those feelings as you receive Reiki. And see if you can feel the energy too. It's very subtle, so you may or not feel them, but maybe you can see what it's like to be in the presence of receiving Reiki. So be quiet for a little while as I do spiritual blessing. Gather your feeling that you have chosen for your 2021 and experience that one more time before you open your eyes. And take a nice deep breath in and out. And gently open your eyes. Okay, welcome back. How was that for you? Can you put in the chat how the meditation was or how it's like to set your 2021 up? Want to see what was for you. Or maybe it's a little bit hard to switch from feeling the bliss into typing in the computer world. So maybe in a little bit I'll also open up the I can make it so that you can unmute yourself and talk about it too. Relaxing and positive. Awesome. Great, Ellen. Good. So, like I said before, what I recommend is that you keep this somewhere visible where you go visit. Maybe every morning is not realistic, but maybe you can put it somewhere where you go take a look every couple days and then you keep changing it and more you keep looking at it. And also this is showing that you're in charge of your life as opposed to something happening to you. So if something happens, and it always does, right? And life doesn't always go the way we want it to be or we think it's gonna go. So when something comes to your way and throwing things at you, then you can go back to your notebook and look and see what you decided how you want to spend your life this year, right? So if yours is joy or purpose or inner peace or safety or peace or gratitude, then you can say, okay, so if that's how I want to feel, then what do I need to do? So use that as a map. How can I feel joy or purpose or inner peace or safety or gratitude in this moment? What can I do? If you can do that, then you get to live in that feeling, stay in that emotion, no matter what happens around you. And most of the time, when you're living in that kind of place, then that enough is amazing. But also, all these things are going to start to flow. So maybe temporarily something gets stuck, right? Like something happens, it's like, oh, but then when you go back into these feelings, then often the rescue comes or solution comes or someone will come your way to bring you something even better than you had before something happened. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna stop the recording shortly, and after that, I am going to open up the space for you to be able to chat. So if you'd like to stay, you're welcome to. I'd love to chat with you. But thank you so much for joining me. And I'll send you email either tonight or tomorrow with the link for YouTube. So that way, if you want to be able to do this meditation or the previous meditation, that you are able to do that and be in charge of creating your fun 2021. So thank you.